Joe. Crazy Joe. Yeah, I'm Crazy Joe. I be running through the snow. Got no pants, got no shirt, got no money.
Good morning. Welcome back to Crazy Joe's Concession Stand. I'm Crazy Joe. I heard the Star Wars music playing, and I was wondering where it was coming from. It's coming from that video game right there. We're at my local Regal. We're at the Regal Warrington, where I see most of my movies. This is the game room. I don't know if we rarely come in the game room, but I was following the Star Wars music. We're here today to see a movie I know nothing about. It's called Riff Raff. I watched the trailer, and the trailer was intriguing enough that I was like, okay, I'll watch that. But I don't even remember what happened in the trailer now. But the movie has Bill Murray in it, and Harris. You know, it's a pretty good cast, so it's worth checking out, right? Here's the poster. Right here. There we go, Riff Raff. Crime is a family affair. Look, Jennifer Coolidge, Ed Harris, Gabrielle Union, Lewis Pullman, Pete Davidson, Bill Murray. Okay, I do hate Pete Davidson. This guy, I mean, I don't know that he's Josh Hartnett levels of bad, but he's no good. But anyway, Bill Murray, Ed Harris. That's a good cast. Stifler's mom. No, let's check this out.
Welcome to St. George. Timothy Button, headmaster.
Mi nombre es Señor Michel. Está aquí para hacer Harris inglés. Sit down, please.
Not too many people here.
In chaos, a military coup.
And we are back. Just saw the movie Riff Raff. Okay, I gotta tell you, I hadn't heard anything about this movie. I didn't know anything about Riff Raff. It opened the same day as My Dead Friend Zoe. I did a review a couple days ago for My Dead Friend Zoe. And I noticed both movies opened wide on the same day, and both movies starred Ed Harris. And I thought, wow, look at that. Good for Ed Harris. 2 movies coming out on the same day. I'm now prepared to say that Ed Harris is currently starring in 2 of the 3 best movies playing in theaters right now. Because I would say My Dead Friend Zoe, Riff Raff, and Companion are probably the best movies out right now. Now, I haven't seen Mickey 17 yet, so maybe Mickey 17 or maybe Paddington 3. I haven't seen those yet. Maybe those are going to change the whole thing. But right now, I would say this is one of the 3 best movies out right now. This is one of those movies where the genre is really hard to define because it is a little bit of a comedy, but not a whole lot of a comedy. It's sort of a crime drama with just a little comedy sprinkled in. Bill Murray is one of the stars of this film. He plays a mob boss, and he does a pretty good job. This is not the first time Bill Murray has played like a gangster or a mob boss. He did a movie years ago with Robert De Niro called Mad Dog and Glory, where he played like a mob boss too. So this is something Bill Murray has done before. But that we're not getting Waka Waka comedy Bill Murray here. I mean, there's, like I said, there's some comedy sprinkled in, but this is not like a laugh fest. The premise is Ed Harris is married to Gabrielle Union and raising her daughter, his stepson, who's a either teenage or early 20s young man, and they're living off in a secluded mountain cabin together. Oh, it's their vacation home, but they're off in this secluded vacation home together. And Ed Harris raising his stepson with his wife, Gabrielle Union. When his actual son comes to visit with a pregnant wife, and it turns out they're on the run for something. Now, I don't want to give you all the details because I don't want to spoil the film, but his son is on the run from Bill Murray. That's really all you need to know. And Bill Murray is trying to track down the son because of a personal matter. I don't want to give the plot away. I've probably given you too much. I don't think I've really hit you with any spoilers, but I've probably given you more than you need. I went in with less than that. I really didn't know anything about the film. What follows is a really, really good a little crime caper with some twists, some turns maybe you don't see, some mysteries about the characters' pasts, and there is just a sprinkling of comedy in there. Pete Davidson plays like Bill Murray's henchman in the film, who kind of follows him around. I mentioned going into the theater, I don't like Pete Davidson. I really don't like the guy. And he's not intolerable in this film. Maybe he's growing on me. I gotta say, maybe he's growing on me. I've seen him in a couple things where he wasn't too obnoxious lately. I even know where my dislike for him comes. It goes back to an appearance I saw of him on a talk show once, but that's a whole other story. I don't need to bog you down with that. But I may be coming around on Pete Davidson, because he was fine in this film. He didn't really bother me. But yeah, again, watch the trailer. If you go online, you can find the trailer and just know tonally what to expect here, because you might see Bill Murray and think it's going to be a comedy. No, you're watching, this is going to be a crime drama with just a sprinkling of comedy here and there. It's not an out and out yuck fest. That's not what this film is. And I think it's pretty effective. I think it's a pretty good little movie. Now, I got to tell you, I was talking on, I was on MME Live the other night with Mad Max, and I mentioned this movie, and Mad Max said something that really bothered me, and I think we need to address this. He said this sounds like the kind of movie he would want to wait for streaming on. We got to go out and support these films in theaters. This is the kind of film we need to support in theaters, because if this kind of movie isn't making money in theaters, they won't make as many of these movies. Now, I love my superhero movies. I love my big sci-fi epics. I love all that stuff. Look, I'm wearing a Ghostbusters shirt. I saw Ghostbusters Frozen Empire like 3 times last year. I loved Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. I love all the Star Trek and Star Wars movies. Look behind me. I'm a big budget, spectacular blockbuster kind of guy. I like that kind of thing. I was raised in the 80s, the Spielberg era, Spielberg and Lucas. That was my era. I love that. But we need more than that. Like don't get rid of that. I want that. But we need smaller films. We need independent films. I mean, I remember in the 90s when I went with some friends to see Clerks, and it was like, wow, you can do something like this little black and white film that kind of looks like crap, but it tells a funny story that just makes you laugh out loud. And this was done on a shoestring budget, and it's compelling. It's compelling viewing, and it's funny, and it was eye-opening. The like independent films that were coming out in the 90s, it was eye-opening, the things people were doing. And it was like you grew up in the 80s and the 70s, and with Spielberg and George Lucas and big Star Wars, Jaws, E.T., everything huge. And then you see these little filmmakers coming out and doing these like shoestring budget films that were great. And it was inspiring. It's like our minds were like, oh, we can go small too. It doesn't all have to be big. We can go small too. And it can be just as good. And it was kind of eye-opening. And the idea that a movie like this, we don't want to support that. We're just going to wait for it to come home. It's a little heartbreaking, because I want the full buffet. Like, I want the full buffet. I don't just want to have the pasta dish. I want the steak there too. I want the side of green beans and I want the full buffet. And if you don't support these kind of movies, you're not going to get the full buffet. You're just going to get the pizza bar. And I love the pizza bar, but give me all the menu items. So I fundamentally disagree with Mad Max. This is the kind of movie we need to go out and support. And I'm telling you, if Riff Raff isn't playing near you, or if Riff Raff doesn't interest you, find a movie like that is, and please go support it. please support these kind of films. And hearing him say that was heartbreaking, because it's like, that's the wrong attitude. These are the movies that need our support more. They need our support more. The big budget blockbusters, they're getting greenlit. It's these little films that really need some attention paid to them. I don't know. I liked Riff Raff. I think it's one of the best things out right now. I give it a solid 3.5 stars out of 5. I think this is worth your time. If Riff Raff's playing near you, check it out. Bill Murray's good in it. Ed Harris is good in it. Everyone's good in it. Everyone's good in it. Even Pete Davidson. I don't like the guy. All right. Keep wearing those pajamas.
Keep wearing those pajamas
with the plastic feet.
Keep wearing those pajamas.
Tell everyone to me.
Keep wearing those pajamas
with the back door flap.
Keep wearing those pajamas.
Don't open it, it's a trap.
Oh no,
it's a trap. Some people call them PJs, some people call them jammies. They can come embroidered with big money and no whammies. They can have 100 tiny commander pajamas, but no matter how they look, just keep on wearing those pajamas.
Keep wearing those pajamas.
I know we're having fun.
Keep wearing those pajamas.
And now the song is done.